Okay, let's look at this. An order requiring 5,000 kg of A already in inventory has been placed. So someone is asking us to sell 5,000 kg of A. And luckily, we have it in stock. Yeah, pay attention. This material is no more in sale. No more in sale. And this can be sold as scrap for just $1 per kg. So it can only be sold for $1 per kg. So far, before I continue, does that part make sense before I read further? Anyone? Any question? Good. However, it could be used as a substitute. So it cannot be sold as it is. However, it can be sold as a scrap for $1 per kg or as a substitute for material L, which is very useful. So material L is useful, and that means that we can substitute that material A to make material L. So material A will incur $1.6 per kg for conversion to L at ratio 1:1. What does that mean? That is telling you that for you to use this material A to make material L that is useful, you need to process it. You can't just take it and say this is material L. To convert that material A to material L, there's some work that needs to be done. And that work will cost you $1.6 per kg. So you already started seeing some relevant cost if you want to go that direction. If you decide to convert it, it's going to cost you extra money. And the ratio for conversion is 1:1. Purchase price for L is $4 per kg. If you don't convert A to L, then you have to always buy L for yourself at $4 per kg. Before we go into the labor part, the question is always about the relevant cost. So let's look at what's the relevant cost of that material. Yeah, 5,000 kg of material. And do we have it?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if it is yes, what is the next question we said we should ask?
Do we need it?
Do we need it? Thank you.
So this is where it gets tricky.
Yes. And I'm happy that it's tricky because all the trickies nature needs to happen now. So that when you are solving questions on your own, it's no more tricky. So tell me, what is tricky about it at this point? Do we need it? Currently, do we need it means that can we make anything out of it? Yeah, is it giving us any benefit? Are there any possible benefit from it? That's the point about do we need it. It does not necessarily mean that can we produce something with it or whatever it is. Do we need it means that does it give us any form of benefit?
Okay.
So then that would be yes?
That is yes. Because we need it to make two types of money. Either we make money from selling it as a scrap, or we make money from converting it to Mr. L. Is it clear? So we need it, yes. Then what's the next question?
Is it available to buy?
Yeah, can we replace it? And there's no information about replacement here. So automatically you can answer that as no. And if you follow that same line of charts, automatically your relevant cost is your what?
Opportunity cost.
Opportunity cost. And that is how you arrive at opportunity cost. I'm asking you to go through it like this because, yeah, I appreciate the fact that quickly it jumped on you to say this is opportunity cost, but I need you to learn how to practice with the charts such that you can never miss any relevant cost question. So now we now know that it's opportunity cost. All good? Okay, so which means we now need to think about what is the opportunity cost. And the opportunity cost has to be the greatest benefit forgone. So what is the greatest benefit that we're going to lose if we decide to honor this order from the new customer? Remember, it's about the new decision. If we decide to honor that decision to sell 5,000 kg worth of material A to this new customer, what are we losing? What is the greatest value that we are losing? So tell me, what are you going to lose? Tell me.
The scrap amount.
You're going to
$1.
lose. Good. So you're going to lose number one. That's one possibility. If you decide to go and use that material A for the new order, you will lose the scrap value, which is $1 times 5,000. And that's $5,000. That is one way to go about the product. Yeah. Or what is the other alternative?
The conversion to L.
Conversion to L. Thank you. You can decide to convert to L. So, which means you honoring this customer's order means that you are going to lose this opportunity and you're also going to lose this another opportunity. They are not the same opportunity. So don't ever think about adding them together. Remember, there are different opportunities. You can't have the two. You can't sell for scrap and still convert to L. In case if it's ever crossing your mind why you are not adding the two together. You can't sell something and still be able to convert it to L. You can't, if you have sold it, you don't have it, right? So you can't eat your cake and still have it. If you have swallowed it, why are you looking for it in your hand, right? So conversion to L, what are you going to gain for converting that product to L? Because that is another benefit. So this is the first benefit that we've seen. The second benefit is if you convert to L, what are you going to gain? What is your net benefit? Remember, think cash flow, only cash flows. That's why I don't like use of contribution. This is relevant cash flow question. So always think cash flows. What are the cash flows? What is the net position of cash flows if you decide to convert to L? Amrita, take us through this one. You've been quiet.
So I'm thinking the 1.6 times the 5,000 kg to calculate the conversion cost.
Okay. So there's a conversion cost. Is that a cost now to us or a savings? Would that be a cost or savings? So conversion cost of how much? You said 1.6, right? Which is this? Multiply by 5K. So we incur this cost, right? So this is not, normally if we decide to convert to L, we incur this. So this is a cost for the conversion, yeah? But what else is involved in conversion? Is there any savings in conversion?
Yeah, because I'm thinking if you did not convert it, then you're paying $4
Fantastic.
to purchase it.
Fantastic. Because once you do the conversion, there's going to be savings of $4 per kg. So if you decide to do this conversion, you have a savings, but you incur this cost. So which means the net position for doing conversion will be 20,000 minus, can someone give me the other figure? 1.6 times 5. 90?
8,000.
80, okay, 80. 8,000. And that is $12,000. So this is the second benefit. So if you have two possible benefits, 12,000 and 5,000, what is your opportunity cost? So you have benefit one, 5,000, benefit two, 12,000. Opportunity cost is the higher of the figure because that is 12,000. That is the best alternative that you have ignored if you have to produce this quantity to a customer, to the new customer. And that is it. Okay. Now let's look at the labor part. We've not done anyone on labor before, but it's not, like I said, the principle is just the same as the material. And that's why I need to spend time to make sure that you have that understanding, because once you have the understanding, you will run with it. You will be fine, right? So let's read through. So for this same order, the skilled labor required to fulfill the order is going to require us to pay $50,000. And currently not available within the company. So for skilled labor, not available within the company. However, for unskilled labor, those will come from another team. So you can see in this scenario, you're already seeing a situation whereby you use the chart twice. There's a part that is available. There's a part that is not available. Sorry, skilled labor is not available. And if it is not available, what's the relevant cost?
Cost to hire them there, right?
Yeah, but they gave us in the question.
50,000.
Exactly.
Only 50,000.
50,000. So we already have that one. The second part is the unskilled guys that will come from another team. And they will need 3,000 hours. That will be equivalent to $30,000. Yeah, see, required. So, but we have them already. However, they are with another team. They are with another team means that they have been hired and they are working somewhere. Yeah, so we have them. And for them to work for us, they work for us for 3,000 hours, and the cost of that 3,000 hours will be $30,000. But guess what? They said 1,500 hours will be idle if this order is not taken, because they are not fully engaged.
Mm.
They have 1,500 hours idle, because that's what they are saying there, that if this new order is not taken, there is excess 1,500 just lying fallow. And you've already hired them in that team. So whether you use them for the new project or you don't use them for the new project, you're still going to pay them. They've been hired. They are already with one team. Okay, so and the balance of the 1,500 hours will be spent on a work that's currently providing a contribution of $3,000. What do you think will be the relevant cost for the unskilled labor? This unskilled labor will need 3,000 hours, which is equivalent to $30,000. But remember, out of these 3,000 hours, there is 1,500 hours idle. Yeah. And the balance of, so the balance of 1,500 hours, yeah, will make us to lose contribution of $3,000. What is the relevant cost? Contribution is not cash flow. Contribution is your marginal costing. Here we are dealing with relevant costing. So even if contribution is part of it, it cannot be everything. This 1,500 is where you are having your struggle. Yeah, because here you are perfect. That's correct. But this is where the opportunity cost is. This is the one that the final answer is opportunity cost, which is what you are losing. What are the cash flows that you are losing? The net cash flow you're going to lose if you pull those guys from their current team because they are busy. So if you have to pull them out from their job, what are you going to lose there? You're going to lose selling price, which is your revenue, right? Right? What is going to happen? You're going to save on material cost. We did something like this in the previous example. The net is your opportunity cost that you're losing. That's the net cash flow. The question is, how do you get your selling price minus material cost? What formula can you think of that involves both selling price and material cost? Contribution, guys. What's the formula for contribution? It's got the selling price minus variable cost, right? So which means your contribution is equal to selling price minus labor cost minus material cost. Do you agree with this? And you are looking for selling price minus material cost. So if you want to get selling price minus material cost, what does the formula turn to? It means that labor cost has to come in. So cost plus labor cost equals to selling price minus material cost. So even as much as the question has not given you information about this, have they given you this information? So what is your opportunity cost now? What is the net benefits that you're losing? So contribution is what? How much is contribution? 3,000, right?
3,000, yeah.
And how much is the labor cost that is relevant here that we're going to be looking
The
at?
1.5.
15,000.
Mm.
Because for this 1.5, the cost is 15K.
Yeah.
Because it's 3,000 for 30K. And your opportunity cost is 18,000. So don't ever jump on contribution as your relevant cost. I'm saying it again. This paper is building on your knowledge of contribution to apply it. Most time, it's not going to be your answer. You need to always be asking yourself, is that my cash flow? If that is your cash flow, then that's fine. But most time, it will not be. Because if you
So I
pull
have a
those...
question.
Okay.
The labor cost, are you just considering the unskilled labor, or would you also consider the skilled labor? Because we do have a 50,000 in relevant cost.
Yeah,
for
we're going
skilled
to add that together for sure. This is for unskilled guys. Remember, we've broken down to one skilled labor and unskilled labor. So for unskilled labor is 18,000. So the total labor costs for this decision will be the 50K that is relevant up there plus the 18,000. And that will give the total of $68,000.